We're raising children who are constantly listening, but rarely actually thinking. Our children hear their parents, their teachers, their rebbeim. They hear endless information all day long. But ask them one simple question. What do you think? And you'll often get silence or a shrug. This week's Parsha opens up with a very strange double expression. Pasuk tells us, Vayikra al Moshe, and then at the end it says, Vayidaber Hashem elav. Hashem called to Moshe, and then he spoke to him. Rashi explains, before speaking, Hashem would call Moshe by name. It was an expression of love, of connection. But then Rashi adds something even more powerful. Hashem would pause between topics, between ideas, to give Moshe time lehitbonin, to think, to process, to absorb. And Rashi says, if this was necessary for Moshe Rabbeinu, learning directly from Hashem, then certainly it's necessary for all of us. Even Moshe couldn't handle non-stop input. He needed space. But today, our children really rarely get that space. The second there's a pause, we or they fill it. They fill it with a screen, with noise, with the next thing. We focus so much on what we're telling our children, but almost never on whether they have the space to actually think about what they heard. Because without that pause, nothing sticks. A parent once told me something that really stuck with me. They said, I had a long conversation with my son one night. It was very meaningful. I felt like I finally got through to them. And the next day, I asked him, so, what did you learn? What did you take from what we spoke about? And his son looked at him and said, I don't know. I didn't really think about it. And the parent said to me, in that moment, I realized he wasn't ignoring me. He just didn't either know how to process it or he didn't have the chance to process it. He just went straight onto his phone or his iPad and just moved on with his night. Our kids don't need us just to speak to them. They need us to make space after we speak. Because growth doesn't happen in the moments of hearing. It happens in the moments of thinking. So don't just talk to our children, give them the space to hear themselves think, make that opportunity for them, and create the space for them by creating time where they don't go straight from a conversation to a phone or to TV or something, or just doing to the next activity, but really give them that space to hear themselves think. I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom.